Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've made a Lord of the Rings online update video, and today we are going to be helping Gloin clear out the Dour Hand dwarves. He's sending us with Gimli, which is pretty cool.
Scor-Grim's Dour Hands have taken refuge from the wrath of Durin's folk within an ancient dwarf hold high in the passes of the Misty Mountains. There they plot their return, unless an end can be put to their scheming once and for all.
Will you just
I'm super happy that we get to do something with Gimli. This is one of the characters that we haven't done a big instance with yet, but it is a little bit strange to me that Gimli has time to venture out into the Misty Mountains with us and fight these dwarves. I feel like Gimli should be pretty busy on a different quest at this time, but maybe the timeline is a little bit different in this game than in the books or the movies. So here we are. We are fighting some evil dwarves, which is pretty cool, clearing them out as they're causing trouble. Kind of makes sense because I feel like in the movies and even in the books, the dwarves are kind of left out of the Lord of the Rings, where they're such a key part of The Hobbit. So it's kind of cool to see that there's like this, I guess, like inner turmoil in the dwarf faction, which doesn't really get talked about very much. Maybe it's in like the Unfinished Tales or some of those other books that Tolkien wrote that I never got around to reading. So I am level 40 now on my captain. I've been having a lot of fun playing this game, although I kind of got into a little bit of a rut at the high 30s where it took me a while to level, and I had finished book 4, but wasn't high enough level to start book 5. I think you had to be level 40 to start book 5, which is what this quest is part of. So that was definitely disappointing. But here we are, we made it. I also really love the setting of the Misty Mountains here. They did an incredibly good job kind of expanding on that and adding these giants, which are super cool. They definitely remind me of tremendous manugas in Asheron's Call, and someone made that comment on, I made a little short, YouTube short, showing off these giants and the scale of them, and someone made that comment. I thought it was perfect. I like how they kind of affect the ground around them. They're so big, they like crack the earth. Although, because I am doing this instance solo and it could be done in a fellowship, all of my power level is scaled way up, so they seem to barely hurt me. Which is kind of disappointing because I feel like with this scale and like how much they're throwing me up into the air, I should be getting hurt a lot more by them. I haven't really figured out the captain's skill rotation. I have so many skills. Like, you can see my bar is a complete mess. The one thing I really like is having a companion that I can summon. That companion is great for taking some of the aggro away from your main character. The heal ability that I've had all along has still been really good. For fighting groups, I have this like spin attack that hits everyone, and then after I kill a guy, I can use one of my shouts, and the shout is like an AoE shout. Does a ton of damage, really good for fighting groups of smaller enemies. When I'm hunting or fighting bigger monsters like this giant, I have a bleed that I can use, and I have kind of like a hunter's mark ability, so I like that. I also have an anti-stun ability that kind of breaks me out of a crowd control, which is great. Since the last time I did an update, I earned enough Lord of the Rings online points to buy a second milestone skill. So that's been super helpful. Now I can travel between two places. There was a sale at one point, and I got it for a little bit cheaper, which was awesome. So I'm going to be saving up more for the next time that happens. I can buy my third milestone skill. I've also got a better mount now. There was some server issues at one point recently, and they gave out like a coupon kind of for a mount. which was awesome. So I got like a full speed mount. Because the mount that you get, like, in the beginning, it's like your first steed or something it's called. It doesn't go the full, like, 68% speed that all the other mounts go. So getting that actual steed was awesome. I love this attack that the giants do, throwing a big boulder on your head. But again, I feel like it should hurt. Like, I don't know. I also think the aggro range on some mobs feels really short. Like, those dwarves definitely saw me, but they didn't run up and fight me. I don't know. I guess that's just, like, one way they balance the game, because if it was too far, then you'd get, like, swarmed and overwhelmed. And like this fight, Gimli was taking more damage than anybody else. Like, he lost like 2,500 health, and I'm at full health like basically this entire fight. So I kind of had to like run over and heal Gimli and make sure that he didn't die. Which I feel like should be the other way around. Gimli should be saving my butt. I do feel like the cracking effect on the ground on the snow is not really like the way it should be done, but it's still pretty cool. Maybe it's ice that it's cracking. We can believe that. Overall, I'm still having a really fun time playing this game. My biggest gripe is the travel time between places because I haven't spent money. But I think as I play more and I get more like milestone skills and get better mounts and stuff, that's becoming less and less of a problem. But for like a new player, there's so much downtime where I'm just like pressing numlock to auto run and like basically going AFK while I wait for my guy to get to a place, and that just feels really bad. So now we're heading inside,
The day of our vengeance is
continuing
near.
on with Gimli, going up. So there's like one main dwarf that we're hunting. We got a deed here for killing giants in the Misty Mountains, so we're gonna hopefully finish that and earn some more Lord of the Rings online points so we can get that next milestone skill. I mean, I do really like that you can earn the points that way. It's nice to like incentivize you to play, and I could just spend like $5 and get the skill, but also it's kind of fun to have like the challenge of grinding for it. And I like that different people could do different things if they wanted to. All right, we cleared that group and we're heading up the steps now. I think we're pretty close to the boss here. We're so close to leveling too. I definitely need to clean up my action bar. It's like all over the place. But I don't really know like a good way to organize it. They just have so many skills. Like, how do you even use all these skills? It's time we finish this. The Nazgul and Scor-Grim
I
have
think
nowhere
I
else
have
to
had
hide.
quite enough.
There we go. Oh, the Nazgul. What's Helagrod? Alright, so the Nazgul runs off. Thankfully, we don't have to fight that. That wouldn't make any sense. But Scor-Grim Dowerhand and some fell spirits. Oh, my commoner herald just runs right in, no fear. There's a little bit of lag here for some reason. A whole bunch of minions show up. Can use our spin attack. Just absolutely wrecks them, which is nice. Yeah, the server's struggling a bit. There it goes. Foreman. Gabazin Foreman. A couple of them. These are the, like, harder monsters. There we go. There we go. 41. I will finish you myself. I don't think so. I don't think Scor-Grim's gonna win this one. All his minions fell pretty quickly. That was a pretty cool attack. Gimli's just like throwing stuff at him. There we go. You are a fool, Longbeard, and bring your friends to their deaths. You may wound this body, but this body is nothing to me. And then he's like casting some kind of spell and turns himself into a spirit. This vessel has served our purpose as well. Yes, I'm close now, very close to my objective. Interesting. I feel like this isn't the end of Scor-Grim, but maybe we'll fight him as a ghost later.
Well met, friend.
And that's it. Instance the last refuge complete. We can click finish now and head out of here. Pretty cool. Happy to get that level 41 ding.
Let us away.
And then we're back in Rivendell. We can talk to Gimli, who will say we had a good fight, and then we can head back to Glowing. I just want to say how freaking awesome of a job they did with Rivendell. Like, this place is absolutely awesome. The last homely home, the mountains, all the trees. And we'll finish the quest with Glowing, the last refuge. You can pick one piece of armor, and I think these gloves are a pretty big upgrade for me because my gloves kind of stink. We also had a couple of other quests that we finished on the way, but that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this Lord of the Rings online video. Thanks for watching.